Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's a little bit late, but let's talk about it. Scooby-Doo and the gang find themselves in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, the backwoods hometown of Courage and his owners, Muriel and Eustace. Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to talk about the all-new Scooby-Doo animated film, Straight Outta Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. I grew up with both Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. I enjoy both of that animated series in their own way. I feel like they're very different in terms of their style, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of similarities between both of the series. And this animated movie seems just years way too late, especially with Courage the Cowardly Dog ended, I don't even know when, but Scooby-Doo's still going in its own kind of form. But I think it's a good movie to bring together because Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo both are afraid of a lot of things. Easy to put them in the same room and have them connect and both kind of lean on each other, and Shaggy's there to just kind of help out. But overall, this pretty short film, I enjoyed. I liked it because it borrows a lot of elements from both Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog and mix it into one movie. It doesn't feel like it's a Scooby-Doo movie. It doesn't feel like it's a Courage the Cowardly Dog movie. It takes enough of both, what you love of both, and putting them into the movie. You have all of the classic tropes from Scooby-Doo, running into different rooms and coming out of a different room. You have the villain's classic line about the meddling kids. It has everything about Scooby-Doo that you love within this movie. The characters all feel great. There's been so many animated films, but the characters like Shaggy and Velma and Fred, they all feel like those characters. Then they go to Nowhere, Kansas, and then you get some of the darker monsters from Courage. I always remember watching Courage the Cowardly Dog and being a little bit of afraid because some of those monsters were a little bit disturbing. So you kind of get that within this movie. Scooby-Doo and the gang are teaming up with Courage and Muriel to figure out what is happening in Nowhere, Kansas. And so then you have all the classic tropes from Courage coming into play, especially when it comes to Muriel and no one believing Courage and Eustace trying to scare Courage. There's so many things that they borrow from Courage to put into this movie. And so I was happy that they had this nice balance. If you were a fan of both, you would get both in here. And the animation works once again for Scooby and Courage. It never feels like it's something completely different for Courage. It just feels like it's Courage the Cowardly Dog, and nothing's really changed at all. The voice acting still feels great. The tone, the craziness of the story is all there. The movie definitely becomes a little bit bonkers towards the end of the movie. In the beginning of the film, Courage and Scooby-Doo kind of meet because there's like this signal that's going on, and Scooby-Doo and Courage are reacting to it, and they meet up that way. But where this movie goes, it's something I didn't expect just because of how, I don't want to say like it was tame in the beginning of the movie, but definitely in the third act, they tried to do a lot. And they tried to, put in those classic tropes from Courage and Scooby-Doo within the movie and try to wrap up the storyline. And I feel like all these Scooby-Doo movies and some of these DC animated movies, like some of these animated movies, they're just too short at times. And you want more of a story. I feel like with this movie, it tries to wrap up the storyline pretty quickly when you feel like there could be more of a story. But it definitely becomes bonkers, a little bit weird at the end of it. But I enjoyed seeing these characters together. Even if it was years late, I still enjoyed seeing Courage meet Scooby-Doo, because when you think about it, they're pretty much the same. They're both dogs. They're both afraid of a lot of things. And Scooby has Shaggy and Courage has Muriel. And so it's fun to see everybody kind of interact with each other and help each other out. And I'm so happy that Matthew Lillard still voices Shaggy. He was perfect casting for Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movie, and I'm so happy that he is continuing it because he's still perfect to voice the character too. Just a little side note on this movie. But overall, this movie, I don't like the title, Straight Outta Nowhere. Ever since Straight Outta Compton, there's been so many memes about Straight Out of in insert famous location. It got old fast. But Straight Outta Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was cool to see the elements from both movies put into one story and not have Scooby-Doo overpower Courage or Courage overpower Scooby-Doo. It all just feels like it has a nice pace and a nice balance. Before I give it my score for Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm gonna go ahead and give Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Have you guys seen it? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.